Elizabeth Cartmel was formerly the president of sports and entertainment for Aramark, a company that Fortune 500 ranks as one of the largest employers in the country, maybe the world. But that was her past. Elizabeth Cartmel now comes to Atlantic City as the CEO of the Atlantic City Alliance. We'd like you to meet her right now. This is Mark Berman in Atlantic City for NJ.com, and this is Elizabeth Cartmel. Liza,
Please call me Liza.
welcome to Atlantic City.
Great. Thank you so much for welcoming me. I'm thrilled to be here.
It's an amazing town. The Atlantic City Alliance. Now, we have the ACCVA, that's the Casino Visitors Authority, CREDA, Reinvestment Development Authority, but now the ACA, and it's kind of a new organization. Our viewers may not be familiar. Give us a little
Sure.
bit about the ACA and what your role will be.
Great. The Atlantic City Alliance is really a private, not-for-profit entity which is really designed to provide a private vehicle that can rebrand and market Atlantic City more broadly as a tourist destination. Its origins really come in the legislation that Governor Christie and the legislature passed last February. Part of which was about creating the district and putting that district under the CREDA organization. But at the same time, it took a slice of the taxes that are currently being put on the casinos, and the casinos very proactively asked for this in order to provide funding to really and truly give the opportunity to give Atlantic City its fair share of billing out in the world at large. If you look comparatively to other large destinations across the country, Las Vegas spends well in excess of $100 million promoting their tourism. Here in Atlantic City, historically, we've only funded that to the tune of, I believe, I've been told this figure, I haven't had a chance to verify it myself, but something in the neighborhood of $4 million. This will create a pool of money that specifically will be devoted to giving us our fair share of the world stage.
With this money now available, you talked about giving us an identity. I guess everybody says Vegas is branded. Atlantic City really does not have a brand. Establishing us as a travel destination. What kind of travel destination do you see Atlantic City as becoming?
Well, our mission is to feature all of the activities and the opportunities for leisure time, entertainment, and enjoyment that really are already here and that we hope to bring in the future. So this is known, if you say Atlantic City, the first thing that generally will come to people's mind is gaming. And we don't want to downplay that because it's not a negative, but at the same time there is so much more. So we would rather have it be, just a great place to go to do a lot of really fun things.
And so the Atlantic City Alliance and the Atlantic City Alliance members are made up
Of our casino executives. The funding is coming from the casinos, and the leadership that has been put together is basically the CEOs of those organizations who have united in a recognition and a desire to bring more people to Atlantic City. And they recognize that it has to be more than gaming as well.
So this organization will work closely with the ACCVA and will work with CREDA in branding Atlantic City as a destination for adults, families. People say it should be a family destination. Some say it should be an adult destination with the casinos. With Ocean City 6 miles away, why compete? Do you have any feelings on that?
Well, I think our research will indicate that we do want to appeal to families broadly, but I would tell you that that's more likely to be the parents of those families that will be drawn here. But clearly the parents want to know that their kids are also going to have some things to do if they bring them, if they choose to bring them. But more broadly, I think it's premature to say 100% that this will be all adults or all families. clearly, we have a lot of work to do to really figure that out, and we'll be back to you sometime, hopefully in the late winter, with that final resolution.
The governor gave you very high marks in a statement that he issued a couple days ago. Have you met with the mayor yet in Atlantic City?
I have. Mayor Langford welcomed me to his office last week, and we had a very good dialogue around all of the opportunities that are present here in Atlantic City. And I look forward to hopefully having an opportunity to forge a very successful partnership with him, because at the end of the day, our goals are the same.
They are. Revel, opening early next year. The proposed Hard Rock project on Albany Avenue. Where do you see Atlantic City in 5 years?
I see Atlantic City as being more open to travelers with a diverse group of interests who have a lot of wonderful activities to do that are even more visible than they are today.
Okay, you have it on NJ.com, straight from Liza. Now let's find out about this young lady. Where are you from?
I'm from Monmouth County. I grew up spending my time at the Jersey beaches. In fact, if you want to talk history, and you go back to the 1940s, maybe even late 30s, my father was a lifeguard, and my Aunt Bunny was the first female lifeguard, I believe, on the New Jersey shore.
She has sand in her toes. Now, she does. She has sand.
I've ridden enough ways to have a sand a lot of other places, too.
See, this is what Atlantic City needs. This is awesome for Atlantic City. I'm giving my editorial comment here because I can. It's my column. Where do you live now?
I live in Haddonfield, New Jersey.
So it's a short trip down.
It's a very short drive, and you know what? I can get a lot done thinking time while I'm driving.
I have one final question. We ask everybody this, whether it's Snooki on the red carpet or Sammy Hagar or the Backstreet Boys. Liza Cartmel, who's on your iPod?
Whoever my kids can get on there.
How old are your kids?
They're in their 20s. They're in their 20s.
Wow, so they're programming Liza Cartmel's iPod. Look, you have it right here. She's new. She's in Atlantic City. She knows what she's doing. She comes with very high marks from the governor and, of course, from Aramark. Now proud to have her in Atlantic City at the Atlantic City Alliance. This is Mark Berman in Atlantic City for NJ.com.